Carol Foderick from the Carol Foderick Real Estate Group. It is April of 2024, and I am here to share an update with you on what's happening in the Southern Ontario real estate market. Not surprisingly, the Bank of Canada has held rates again in this most recent announcement. You've probably heard a lot of chatter around the expectation around interest rates starting to come down at some point during Q2 or Q3 of this year. So this rate hold really wasn't a surprise. Most economists are forecasting that it will be the June announcement that brings about change. But what's really interesting is that we are starting to get buyers acclimating to these rates. You heard in last month's video that the pace and number of sales are increasing right across the GTA. This continues to be true this month. We now have a clear indication that for the most part, we are back to seller's market territory for most asset classes. What are the exceptions? Commercial lease rates for office space are still struggling. That's been true since the beginning of the pandemic. And interestingly, residential rates for rent are also plateauing. So to be clear, rents are not decreasing. They are simply normalizing at this very high rate that they have risen to over the last year or so. Well, why is that? It's the inverse relationship that happens between home sales and rents. When qualified buyers step back from home ownership, as they have over the last couple of years, rents rapidly increase as sale prices stay flat. That's because there's more tenants staying in the rental market and less supply. And when tenants flood back into the housing sale market, sale prices increase and rents tend to flatten a little bit, which is what we're experiencing now. It's that win-win for landlords that you'll often hear me talking about. Either rents or values are escalating alternately based on the overall condition of the real estate market. And so if you do already own investment real estate at this time, you've got a situation where your rents have increased hugely over the last couple of years and you're positioned where values are going to start increasing again right around the same time that rates start to come down. Top it off with just this massive demographic growth that we are continuing to experience as a region. And it all comes together to make for a really strong case that this might be a great time to start thinking about rental real estate as an addition to your overall financial portfolio. If this is something that has been on your radar for 2024 or beyond, it is never too early to start gathering information about what this looks like. On Tuesday, April 30th, one of our mortgage partners will be hosting a seminar that specifically speaks to the ins and outs of purchasing investment real estate. They're going to go through profitability projections, do a deep dive into how these properties are usually financed, and of course, you'll get the opportunity to ask questions about how people just like you become real estate investors. Maybe it's this year, maybe it's 5 years from now. You should always be considering real estate as a part of a well-balanced investment portfolio. The link to register for that is included below. What else are we talking about right now in real estate? Well, Toronto recently made headlines because we eclipsed the New York City real estate market as a less affordable place to live. This is a reflection of average prices relative to average salaries. So to be clear, while New York is still more expensive, we are technically less affordable. Still more affordable than Vancouver, mind you, but rising prices in the GTA that have been caused by a lack of housing availability is a real issue. And to be clear, this is as much a reflection of rental values as it is of resale values when we're talking about affordability. Last month, we held one of our more popular seminars of the year, which is the one targeted to first-time buyers, and the turnout was huge, huge, huge. Over 160 people registered for that presentation. As I talk about often, it is my strong belief that it is a fundamental human right that every person should have the right to own the roof that they live under. There is a season, of course, in everyone's life that renting may make the most sense, but we do have to do a better job of getting people into home ownership. This week, the Government of Canada also announced new programs and incentives that encouraged and made it easier for people to get through that transition into home ownership. Changes around mortgage amortization and down payments. If you know of someone that would like to get into the real estate market and could use some information about how these incentives might affect them, please reach out to me. I would be happy to walk them through it, regardless of how far out in the process from buying that they might actually be. I think just as a society, we need to do a better job of educating young people about building a stronger financial future. And certainly, home ownership is a big part of that. I'd be happy to help. I'm often asked about what areas of the GTA are doing better than others right now, so I thought I'd do a quick snapshot of the top 5 appreciating markets in the region for the last year. Coming in at number 5 is East Toronto, so that's basically everything from Vic Park to the Rouge, about 1% growth in value over the last year. Whitby led Durham region with about 1.9% growth. Markham, 2.08% growth. Central Toronto grew in value by 3.87% over the last year. Who came out on top? Once again, West Toronto, which is, of course, loosely defined as that area between like Dufferin Street to the Mississauga border, south from the lake to Steeles. They led the pack at 4.88% growth in this last 12-month period, even in this year where a lot of the region saw sort of stagnant, flatline real estate values. So what parts of the market were slower? Pre-construction sales, condos, buyers saw the greatest potential for a good deal there. And in fact, some builders are just offering really great incentives right now that might make it a smarter move for some buyers to look at those options over a resale one. If you have questions about pre-construction, please, please, please reach out to me first. There are so many factors to unpack with the pre-construction, so many projects, so many price points. I'd be happy to unpack just all of that with you. In a season of a seller's market, a pre-construction option might give you the location, price, floor plan flexibility that you've been looking for. Thank you everyone for watching today. I hope you found this information helpful. And if you did, I hope you'll share it with a friend. As always, please keep in mind that I'm always here to help you or anyone you know with anything real estate related. Please just reach out to me. It would be such an honor for my team and I to be of service to you or anyone that you know. In the meantime, I hope you have an amazing April and I will catch up with you again soon. Take care.